Hey you, so on this video, is it worth the hype slash hustle? I'm going to be putting that question out there. It's two questions I'm putting out there. And that is, are these collector coins worth the hype? And then slash hassle should I say. So are they worth the hassle? You know, a lot of individuals are currently strong on both boats or strong against both boats. When I say that, is it worth the hype? You know, you got a collector coin. I've got a few here. A lot have gone for grading, so I've only got just a number of them here. But you know, when you see all the frenzy that's going on, and you've got some individuals looking on the sidelines laughing or thinking, hey, you know, I've got this bar, I'm just doing weight, I don't know what the hell you're doing. And then you have individuals that get to a certain point where they end up selling out and just thinking it wasn't worth all the hassle. It's not worth the hassle. It can become very expensive, especially when you're looking at certain coins that have just been released, unless they go on to do real opportunistic things, either from the dealers or the mints. So I'm pointing out there as to whether you feel these collector coins in general are worth the hype or the hassle. I'm going to answer those questions and just really go over where I see collector coins going in the future, just in general. It's more of a where they are now. You know, I'm sure many that have been doing this for many years would mention that this is nothing new from the dealers. It's just as we've moved on, they've become more and more, you know, opportunistic in that they're taking more and more away. I wouldn't say, or they must be losing funds all around for them to start taking on these tactics. But when you look at some of the things the dealers are doing moving forward regarding collector coins, it's going to be real hard to jump on the next best thing. I mean, currently we're all looking for the next best thing. We've got all these coins that are out at the moment that we all love. But I would say, even from all the coins I've got on display here, there's definitely coins out there that are, if not better, worthy of the title that these coins hold. But these coins, collector coins, were strong enough to get everybody's attention and just make us roll all out on the hype train. So with that in mind, I can only see the next coin coming out where you're having the mint and the dealers involved really working harder than ever. Whereas once upon a time it was create a coin and put it out there. They're doing a lot more now to create some type of gimmick when it comes to the hype. You know, you're seeing individuals, it's always going to be the big bad AppMex and the mint, putting the exact same coin out in different variations. So it'll be, you know, it's not even a different variation, it'll be a different color card. The card may come, that the coin may come in, and you know, just doing real grimy tactics like that. That's just not expected from a mint. But moving forward, you can only see it getting worse. I mean, we're at a point where how bad can it get? You know, you got a mint that was just, prices where they are at the moment, it's hard for mints to really get away, or dealers get away with what they're doing when you have mints in place like the Perth Mint and the Royal Mint. Whereas when they sell a 1 ounce coin, it's set at a certain price. You know, normally from the Royal Mint, you're going to be paying anywhere for a 1 ounce silver coin, 70 to 80 pound. They're never going to increase that unless it's with inflation and the likes of. It will be small increments. But what we have at the moment is you'll find that same coin, whether it's a dealer exclusive or something like that, coming out for way over the odds. I can't see dealers backtracking in this course of action. They're only going to ramp it up even further. It's easy to say, look, we need to vote with our feet. Let's all show them what we really feel about this. But in the end of the day, we're just one section of the collector market. And that's what I noticed with these Rwandan coins, as a lot of people have been getting cold feet and just umming and ahhing and just really making their views vocal by either cashing out or just liquidating while they feel, you know, the hype is really ripe at the moment. I've also done that. I cashed out a large portion of these to get a lot more gold weight, just because of the tactics that I saw happen. I mean, we are, you know, our own slave masters, and that we're punishing ourselves, and it's part and parcel really. You know, you find a new coin, or see a new coin that comes out, and you're going to talk on it. You can only talk positive about the coin or negative. You think it's doing well, ears are listening, but of course they are. And you know, it goes on where we have something that we had with these coins, where you get the second in release and then you get just something that's just a big joke in itself. You know, we still got the nautical second coin coming out. I don't think the mint themselves, their position and their size, played a massive role in how these coins have really been rolled out. In that, it's not one of the big major mints. It's a small outfit either getting a mint to broker the deal for them and mint the coins, and they just license the coins and the likes of. It's not just that specific mint does these coins. There's a lot of people involved, and this is where we're getting a lot of the cowboy tactics that many are really disagreeing with. And it can't get no easier. I mean, you'll either have a hit from something like the Perth Mint, and then they'll have APMEX attached to it. Or you have a hit from the Royal Mint, and then they'll bring out more and more different variations of it. So it's just one of those things where you end up saying to yourself, is it worth the hype? Is it worth the hassle? For me, it has been. Yes, it has. I mean, we're looking at this 2017 Sovereign right now. We've just had the release of the 2018 version with the privy mark. Individuals have been asking me, what do I think of it? I think, in the end of the day, this is the one you want to be looking at. This Sovereign came out under the banner of an anniversary, which is always great. I mean, we celebrate anniversaries in general, so it's something good. It's a real strong tick, if you ask me. And then they came out with first, you know, never seen before, pied for, and all the likes of. So it had many strong points in its favour. In the end of the day, we're at a point where mints are looking at it two ways. We can either release your bog standard Sovereign, or we can slap it's its birthday today. You know, there's a special day for every day. You know, tomorrow is the let's thank, you know, we're alive. Let's put a privy mark on that. And that's what they've gone with. I don't think it's bad if you're into Sovereigns and, you know, you like all the types and variations. I think it's a great buy. I think a lot of privy pimpings played a big role there. Will it be valuable at a later date, as I've been asked? I'm sure it'll be worth more than your average bog standard proof Sovereign. So it's definitely a nice piece. But currently, I think from all the offerings, it's this one right here, the anniversary ones, all the variations they brought out that I'm focusing on. A lot of people have got frustrated with these and sold up. The Royal Mint really outdone themselves with these, as a lot have graded in the 70s. So we've got that effect now where many people did grade them and thought that they would be able to really go on and capitalize for large profits. And lo and behold, something that surprised everybody, the Royal Mint outdone themselves and done fantastic minting on these coins. So you're seeing a lot more 70s out there. So once again, it just puts a lot more competition out there. But it's definitely a long hold. It's a solid piece, got a lot of history in there. You know, the Sovereign is the Sovereign. But I just feel there's not a lot more that can go on. We're all waiting for the next best thing. Who knows what it's going to be? I don't know what mint it's going to come out from. I don't know, you know, what variation, where it's going to be a quarter ounce, a 50p piece that gets everybody's tongue wagging. But I do know it's going to take all of us involved to help push or promote that hype. And it was something I was really thinking about, what really creates that hype. We do create it, but we can all say, well, listen, if we take these coins, for instance, you know, when they came out, tongue started wagging and we got talking about it. You can't blame yourself, it's part and parcel. You know, we kept quiet and, for instance, let it roll on to say the fourth motif, fourth design, and then started talking about it. You would find more individuals maybe backing out of the series saying, listen, I've missed out on the first two, there's no point me jumping on the series this late. What was good is that it was a first and we was able to capitalize on it being that. You know, you can say this is the first in the series. That gets a lot of people's interest because they can get in from the bottom, you know, as opposed to this is the third. So there's many strategic ways you can go about keeping quiet, you know, like this is the next best thing. But if it's not caught at the right time, it can just fly under the wind. So you could be looking at this coin and thinking, oh, I would love one of these. But this was sitting around for a long time until people started really pushing it. Yes, big channels like myself play a big role, and a lot of chatter in the forums. You know, you'll get a swarm of individuals just really bickering and backering about it. But we're all playing a role here. The days are gone where the mint can just release something and it's a hit straight off the bat. They need us as much as we need them. This is why I feel like it's definitely been worth the hype / hassle for me. They do pay off in the long run. You know, when we look at something like this, if you're a collector, it's a dream come true. You know, the Krugerrand's been out for a very long time. Although they messed up on the financial side, I think they still did end up doing a fine thing and making it in silver. It was just a big boo-boo they done. But was this worth the hype and the hassle? It was worth the hype. You know, oversaturating has not made it worth the hassle. But, you know, just to own one, I own a few of these. Just to own one is good enough. Was this worth the hype and the hassle? Yes. I mean, we still have till 26 or 2018 March to find out what they're going to do with these. But I feel the Rwandan boys now are in a league of their own. They've got their model going on. You know, nobody knows too much about where they're minted and where they came from, but if they don't fix up, it's very bad for them. It's counterproductive because it's the second run. They've got the tongues wagging, they've got the hype train right behind them. But, you know, I'm no fool. You know, I've done my part in terms of pushing it, promoting it. I've sold out of half of what I had. I've definitely capitalized from it. It was worth every penny, but it could only get worse if they don't really start, the boys in charge of this, if they are watching or get wind of it. They don't really take a grip, you know, because it's Europe and America that needs these coins. And if they come out the bat at ridiculous.com, then it's just not really worth nobody's time. The Rwandan Lunas, I think, whether individuals on YouTube decide to march or not, they've gained their strong collector base right now. So whether you're on board or not, they're going to keep on marching forward. Whether we buy them, there's going to be individuals that do buy them. Dealers already told me that individuals were mentioning they'll pay whatever it took to get them. In the end of the day, that's going to be the only reason why a dealer's going to take advantage and put prices up like that. The majority of the dealers I mentioned have all sold out of these, you know. So it is what it is, really. But it'd be fantastic to know from you guys whether you think these coins, in general, the collector coins, are worth the hype and are worth the hassle. They all do sell, whether we like it or not. You know, it's a market there. If you choose not to involve yourself in them, you know, you are missing out on some awesome gains. But it is a very, very fickle and small market at the same time. You know, you can really get burnt and left out to dry. So it takes a lot of, you know, you've got to be in it to win it. If you ain't in it, then you're not going to win it. But I'm still on board for the long run, even with the collector coins. But finding the next big hit is going to be very, very difficult, in my opinion. You know, we've got what we've got out right now. I think right now the mint's going to cruise control and just really milk what they've got. We can run down the mints. Perth mint, we're expecting a, what's it, Phoenix Tiger. That should get tongues wagging. You know, that's the next. Then you'll get different variations. Raw mint, you're going to be having your 50p's and your commemorative coins. If they do a new one, I understand somebody sent me a list of a whole range of coins that are coming out regarding the 50p's and the likes of. One may take off big, but they're at a standpoint where they're going to be coming in at high mintages straight away also. The price may be right, but the mintages will just be way too high. The Rwandan boys are going to keep on pumping these coins out. Nothing new there. We're talking about the South African mint. It seems to be very quiet over there, what they've got going on. But it'll be interesting to think or hear what you guys think about the upcoming collector coins, which ones you think are worth the hype and just ain't getting it, or whether they're all just not worth the hype or the hassle. So go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments. Hate or love it. It'd be great to know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to come and follow me on the platforms that I've left in the description. And I'll catch you guys on the rebound.